are lying in a bed in a room you have always known. The bed is soft beneath you. The blankets are warm around you, and you are perfectly comfortable. Outside, beyond the window, it has just begun to rain. The first drops are falling now, touching the glass with the softest sound. A sound so quiet you almost have to listen for it to hear it at all. Tap. A single drop hits the window. Then silence. Then another drop somewhere else on the glass. Tap. The drops are slow at first, arriving one at a time, each one making its own small sound against the window. You listen to these individual drops, counting them without meaning to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one a tiny percussion, a gentle announcement of its arrival. The room around you is dim. Not dark, but dim, lit only by the faint gray light that comes through the window from the clouded sky outside. This light is soft and even, casting no shadows, creating no contrast, just a gentle illumination that allows you to see the shapes of things without seeing them clearly. The walls are there. The ceiling is there. The window is there. Everything is present, but softened, blurred slightly at the edges, made gentle by the dim light and by your own relaxation. You can feel the weight of the blankets on your body. They are heavy enough to be comforting, but not so heavy as to be oppressive. They hold you gently, keeping you warm, keeping you safe, keeping you here in this bed, in this room, in this moment. Beneath the blankets, your body is relaxed. Your arms rest at your sides, or folded on your chest, or wherever they have naturally settled. Your legs are still. Your head rests on a pillow that supports it perfectly, requiring no adjustment, no movement, no thought. The rain is falling a bit faster now. The individual drops have become more frequent, overlapping slightly, creating a texture of sound rather than distinct separate sounds. Tap, 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 soft and irregular but constant. A gentle rhythm that has no pattern you can predict, but that continues steadily, reliably, endlessly. The sound comes from everywhere and nowhere, from the whole surface of the window, from the rain itself, from the night outside. You listen to the rain and you do nothing else. There is nothing else to do. The day has ended. The night has begun. This is the time for rest, for stillness, for allowing everything to stop. Your eyes are open or closed. It does not matter. The dim light in the room is the same whether you see it or not. The rain falls whether you listen to it or not. Everything continues without requiring anything from you. Your breathing has slowed to match the quiet rhythm of the rain. Each breath in is slow and easy. Each breath out is even slower, releasing with a sigh, so soft you barely hear it yourself. The air you breathe is cool and fresh, carrying with it the scent of rain, that clean smell of water and earth and growing things, a smell that speaks of renewal and washing away and starting fresh. The window is large, taking up most of one wall of the room. Through it, you can see very little. The rain has made the glass unclear, covered it with running water that distorts whatever lies beyond. You can see the suggestion of shapes outside, perhaps trees, perhaps buildings, perhaps nothing at all. But they are vague and indistinct, and you do not try to identify them. It does not matter what is outside. What matters is here, inside, in this warm room, in this comfortable bed, listening to the rain. The rain continues its steady falling. The sound has become constant now, a background hum punctuated by occasional louder drops that hit the glass with more force, that slide down the window in visible streams, that catch what little light there is and glimmer for a moment before disappearing into the general wetness that covers everything. You watch these streams when your eyes are open, following their meandering paths down the glass, seeing how they join with other streams, how they grow larger, how they eventually reach the bottom of the window and disappear from view. The rain has settled into its rhythm now. It is no longer beginning. It simply is. It falls with a steady persistence that suggests it has always been falling and will always continue to fall. The sound fills the room, not loudly, but completely, occupying all the space that silence might otherwise fill. It is a sound that requires no attention, but that receives attention anyway, simply because there is nothing else. You shift slightly in the bed, adjusting your position to one that is even more comfortable. Perhaps you turn onto your side. Perhaps you draw your knees up slightly. Perhaps you let one arm rest on the pillow above your head. Whatever adjustment you make, it is small and easy. And when you are settled again, you are even more relaxed than before, even more ready to simply lie here and listen and do nothing else. The blankets move with you when you move, and then settle over you again, conforming to your new position, covering you completely, keeping you warm. The warmth is pleasant and constant. It does not increase or decrease. It simply exists, a steady temperature that requires no thought, no adjustment, no attention. You are warm enough. You are comfortable enough. Everything is exactly as it should be. Outside, beyond the window, the rain continues. The drops are smaller now, more numerous, creating a texture that is almost white noise, almost a hiss, almost the sound of static, or the sound of nothing at all. But it is not nothing. It is rain, and you know it is rain, and knowing this makes the sound comforting rather than empty. The rain is real. The rain is water falling from clouds. The rain is nature doing what nature does, indifferent to you, unaware of you, continuing its falling without purpose or intention. You can hear variations in the rain now that you have been listening for a while. Sometimes it falls harder for a few seconds, the drops heavier, the sound deeper and more resonant. Sometimes it falls more softly, becoming almost inaudible, a whisper rather than a voice. But it never stops. It never pauses. It continues with a reliability that is deeply soothing, a promise that you need not worry about silence, need not worry about sudden sounds, need not worry about anything at all. The dim light in the room has not changed. It remains that same soft gray, that same even illumination that shows everything and hides everything at once. Your eyes have adjusted to it completely now. You can see the ceiling above you, flat and featureless. You can see the walls around you, bare or decorated. You do not focus enough to tell. You can see the window, that large rectangle of slightly lighter gray, covered in running water, separating you from the outside world. Your thoughts have become as slow and meandering as the streams of water on the window. A thought arrives, drifts through your mind like a drop sliding down glass, and then disappears. You do not hold onto these thoughts. You do not develop them or follow them or give them any energy. They are simply there for a moment, and then they are not, and other thoughts come to replace them, or no thoughts come, and there is only the sound of the rain and the feeling of the bed beneath you and the warmth of the blankets around you. Time has become elastic. You do not know how long you have been lying here. It might be minutes. It might be hours. The rain makes time irrelevant. The rain exists outside of time, in its own duration, in its own measurement. As long as the rain falls, time does not matter. There is only now this extended moment, this continuous present that stretches on without end. Your body feels heavy now, pleasantly heavy, as if you are sinking into the mattress, becoming part of it, merging with it. Your arms and legs are so relaxed, they barely feel like yours anymore. They are simply there, resting, requiring nothing, doing nothing. Your face is soft, your jaw unclenched, your forehead smooth. There is no tension anywhere in your body. There is only this deep, complete relaxation that comes from lying still for so long, from listening to the rain for so long, from allowing everything to simply be. The rain has not changed. It continues exactly as it has been, falling steadily, endlessly, with that same soft insistence. The sound has become so familiar now that it is almost part of you, almost something you create rather than something you hear. It fills your ears and your mind, leaving no room for anything else, creating a cocoon of sound around you, protecting you, holding you, allowing you to rest. You realize that you have not moved for a long time. Your body has found its position and has stayed there, completely still, completely at ease. There is no itch to scratch, no discomfort to adjust, no restlessness to ease. You are simply lying here, breathing slowly, listening to the rain, existing in this moment that has no end. The window before you is completely covered in water now. The rain has been falling long enough that every inch of glass is wet, streaming, constantly moving with the flow of water from top to bottom. You can see nothing through it except the vaguest suggestion of darkness, a darkness slightly darker than the dim gray light inside the room. Night has fully fallen outside, or perhaps it has been night for a long time, or perhaps it is always night when it rains like this. Occasionally, a gust of wind pushes the rain against the window with more force, and the sound intensifies for a moment, becoming louder, more insistent, before settling back into its steady rhythm. These moments of intensity do not startle you. They are simply variations in the pattern, like waves that are slightly larger than the others, like breaths that are slightly deeper than the rest. They come and they go, and the rain continues as it always has. Your breathing has become so slow that you barely notice it anymore. Each breath is long and deep, filling your lungs completely, then emptying them just as completely. The pause between breaths has grown longer. In these pauses, there is perfect stillness, perfect silence within you, even as the rain continues its sound outside you. You are breath, and you are silence, and you are the listening itself. The warmth of the bed has increased slightly, or perhaps you have simply become more aware of it. You are cocooned in warmth, surrounded by it, held by it. The blankets are like a second skin, conforming to every curve of your body, touching you everywhere gently, softly, with no pressure, only presence. Beneath the blankets, you are floating, suspended in comfort, in darkness, in warmth, in the sound of the rain. Your mind has grown very quiet. Thoughts still come occasionally, but they are like ghosts, like shadows, barely there, barely substantial. They drift in and drift out again, without leaving any impression, without requiring any response. You are aware of them, the way you might be aware of clouds passing overhead on a gray day, present, but unimportant, seen, but not observed. There, but also not there. The rain continues. This is the fundamental truth of this moment. The rain continues and will continue. It falls on the window, on the roof above you, on the ground outside, on everything. It falls and falls and falls, endless and patient and constant. You are held by this constancy. You are soothed by this reliability. The rain will not stop. You need not worry that it will stop. You can rest in the certainty of its continuing. Time has ceased to have any meaning at all. You exist in an eternal present, a now that extends in all directions, that has no beginning and no end. The rain has always been falling. You have always been lying here. This moment has always existed and will always exist. There is nothing before this and nothing after this. There is only this. The rain falls. You lie in the bed. These are the only two facts that matter. Everything else has become distant, unimportant, barely real. The world outside this room does not exist. The future and the past do not exist. There is only the rain, only the bed, only this moment that is all moments. Your body has become almost imperceptible to you now. You know you have a body because you can feel the weight of the blankets, because you can feel the breath moving in and out, because you can feel the softness of the bed beneath you. But these sensations are distant, as if they are happening to someone else, as if you are observing them from far away rather than experiencing them directly. The sound of the rain has become everything. It fills your ears, your mind, your entire awareness. There is no other sound. There has never been any other sound. The rain is sound itself, the fundamental vibration of existence, the background hum of the universe. You are inside the sound. You are made of the sound. The boundaries between you and the rain have dissolved. The dim light in the room has grown even dimmer. Or perhaps your eyes have closed. Or perhaps there is no difference between open and closed anymore. You see the darkness behind your eyelids or the darkness of the room, and they are the same darkness, the same soft gray-black that is neither absence nor presence, but something in between, something gentle and complete. Occasionally, you notice that you have drifted away from awareness entirely, that some amount of time has passed without you being present in it. And then you return to awareness again, and the rain is still falling, and you are still lying in the bed, and nothing has changed. These absences do not worry you. They are natural, like the pauses between breaths, like the spaces between raindrops. They are part of the rhythm of rest. Your breathing has become so slow and so deep that each breath seems to take minutes. Breathe in, and the air flows into you like slow water, filling every space, reaching every corner. Hold, and there is stillness, suspension, a moment of perfect equilibrium. Breathe out, and the air flows out of you just as slowly, emptying you, leaving you hollow, leaving you ready for the next breath that will eventually come. The rain continues its falling. The sound has not changed. It remains that same steady percussion, that same soft insistence, that same endless continuation. If you pay attention, you can hear individual drops again, picking them out from the general sound, like picking out individual stars in a crowded sky. But mostly, you do not pay attention. You simply exist within the sound, held by it, surrounded by it, part of it. The warmth of the bed has become total. There is no inside or outside anymore, no warm or cold, only a uniform temperature that is perfectly comfortable, perfectly still, perfectly right. You are neither warm nor cool. You are simply at rest, at peace, at home in this bed, in this room, in this moment that extends forever. Your mind is empty now, or nearly empty, containing only the faintest awareness that you exist, that you are here, that you are listening. Even this awareness is fading, becoming less and less substantial, less and less real. Soon there will be nothing left but the rain and the darkness and the deep, deep rest that comes when everything else has been let go. The rain falls. This is all there is. The rain falls on the window, and you lie in the bed. And these two things exist together in the darkness, in the dim light, in the eternal now that has no edges, no beginning, no end. You are barely aware of your body anymore. It is there, somewhere, lying on the bed, covered by blankets, breathing slowly. But it is so far away now, so distant, that it might as well be someone else's body. You are not your body. You are the listening. You are the awareness. You are the space in which the sound of the rain exists. The sound has changed, or your perception of it has changed, and now you can hear layers within the rain. There is the surface layer, the drops hitting the window, immediate and close. There is a deeper layer, the rain falling on the roof, on the ground, on all the surfaces outside, creating a broader, more distant sound. And beneath that, there is the sound of water itself, the fundamental tone of falling, of flowing, of being water in the world. Time has stopped entirely, or time has become infinite, or there is no difference between these two states. You exist outside of time now, in a place where moments do not pass, where nothing changes, where everything simply is. The rain that is falling now is the same rain that was falling before, and the same rain that will fall after. There is only one rain, falling eternally, and you are resting in its sound, held by its constancy, dissolved into its presence. Your thoughts have disappeared completely. There is no thinking anymore, no narration, no commentary, no observation. There is only awareness itself, bare and simple, existing without content, without focus, without purpose. You are aware, but you are not aware of anything in particular. You simply are. The darkness has deepened, or perhaps you have simply sunk deeper into it. There is no light anymore, no dim gray, no window visible. There is only darkness, complete and total and perfectly comfortable. You are the darkness, you are inside it, and it is inside you. There is no separation, no boundary, no distinction between where you end and the darkness begins. The rain continues. Of course it continues. It has never stopped. It will never stop. This is its nature, to fall endlessly, to sound endlessly, to create this backdrop of white noise against which nothing else exists. You are held by the rain. You are cradled by its sound. You are disappearing into it, becoming part of it, losing yourself in the endless percussion of drops on glass. Your breathing has slowed to almost nothing. The pauses between breaths are longer than the breaths themselves now. Breathe in, and the breath is shallow, barely there. Hold, and the holding lasts forever. A suspension in which nothing happens, nothing moves, nothing is. Breathe out, and the out-breath is even more subtle. A gentle release that makes no sound, that barely disturbs the air. The bed beneath you has disappeared. The blankets around you have disappeared. You are floating now, suspended in darkness, in sound, in the space between sleeping and waking, where boundaries dissolve. And everything becomes one thing, one continuous experience of peace and rest and letting go. There is only the rain. You are barely here anymore. What remains of you is so faint, so transparent, that it is hardly anything at all. You are a whisper. You are a breath. You are the listening itself. Without a listener, without anyone to hear, just the pure act of sound being perceived by consciousness that has no center, no location, no self. The rain falls and falls and falls. Each drop is eternal. Each moment of falling contains all moments. The rain is time itself, is existence itself, is everything that has ever been or ever will be, distilled into this one endless action of falling, of sounding, of being rain in the world. You have forgotten that you have a body. You have forgotten that you are lying in a bed. You have forgotten that there is a room, a window, a world outside. There is only the sound, only the darkness, only this state of being that is so close to sleep that there is no difference anymore. That is sleep. That is the deepest rest, the complete letting go of everything. The rain continues, but you barely hear it anymore. It has become the background against which nothing appears, the silence that is also sound, the presence that is also absence. You are dissolved into it completely now, indistinguishable from it, part of it, of the rain, of the falling, of the endless gentle percussion that fills everything. Your breathing has nearly stopped, or perhaps it continues, but you are not aware of it anymore. There is no awareness left. There is only the faintest flicker of existence, a tiny point of consciousness that knows it is here, but does not know what here means, that knows it exists, but has forgotten what existence is. The darkness is total. The sound is total. The rest is total. Everything has merged into one undifferentiated experience of peace, of letting go, of surrender to the moment that has no edges, no boundaries, no end. The rain falls on the window. You are gone now, dissolved into sleep, into dreams, into the deep unconsciousness that comes when everything has been released, when all holding on has ceased, when there is nothing left but the pure being of being, without thought, without awareness, without self. Sleep now. The rain falls. Sleep. The rain continues. Sleep. Everything is rain. Everything is darkness. Everything is rest. Sleep. 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 The rain. The rain. The rain.